Did you know that the greater Lansing area has close to 20 different places that people choose to call home? In a city that's over 500,000 people, there are so many different options that you can choose to live at. Well, in this video, I'm gonna rank all of those areas from worst to best based upon their average price point. So I'm not necessarily breaking any real estate laws by telling you what's the worst and what's the best. I'm truly following data here. So you're not gonna wanna miss every single area that I'm going to cover, and I'm gonna try to do it in 30 minutes or less. So let's get started with this next episode of Lansing Michigan Life right now. Hey everybody, Troy Seifert here with the Capital Area Real Estate Specialists in the Greater Lansing, Michigan area. I'm a top producing agent in the Greater Lansing, Michigan area, and I get phone calls all the time from people who are just like you watching this channel, people who are looking to move here from Montana, from Idaho, from California, even from my own state of Michigan here. So if you are looking to move here in 9 days, 90 days, or 9 months from now, I would love to be able to talk with you about what your real estate goals are. The way that you contact me is in the description below. So feel free to call me, text me, email me, or schedule a Zoom call with me so we can talk face to face. I've had a lot of success with that as well. Also, if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, or ring the bell for notifications so you could be the first to be notified when a brand new episode of Lansing Michigan Life goes live. And we have new episodes going live once or twice a week. We have a full library of everything about the Greater Lansing, Michigan area. In fact, we are the only channel in the Greater Lansing, Michigan area that has all the resources to be able to tell you what is the best place, worst place, pros, cons, vlog tours, snow drives, just basic drives. Like, we have so many different types of videos that you're definitely gonna wanna check out. Okay, so I said I wanna try to get this in 30 minutes or less, but I am going to go through close to 20 different areas ranked from worst to best. When I get to the worst one, I'm gonna kind of give you like a positive spin on it as well, but it's solely based on the average price point in the Greater Lansing, Michigan area. I'm not saying, hey, stay away from this area. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm not breaking any fair housing rules by doing this, all right? But the one thing I will say before I get into this, what I tell people is that location is definitely based upon the price point. So when you're looking to move to a certain area, you could see that maybe a place is cheaper than the other place. It might be more affordable in your budget, but if it is more affordable, does it make it the best location? And that's for you to be able to find out. So without further ado, I'm gonna start my list, starting from the worst right now. So the worst place as far as average price point in the Greater Lansing, Michigan area is Lansing proper. Lansing ranks as the worst place at an average price point of $155,781. And I make all these videos about Greater Lansing, Michigan and saying how great it is to live here, and Lansing is at the lowest. Now, what I want to tell you, you can follow some of my videos about I'm leaving Lansing. I do have a video about that, just talking about some of the cons. I do have one about the pros and cons of living in Lansing. $155,781, that is the lowest price point you would be able, that's the lowest price point in the entire area. And I want to put a positive spin on it because it's very affordable. Like, if you're looking as a first-time home buyer, you might be able to find a decent house in the city of Lansing. Now, the other thing I want to tell you is that I did break apart anything that has Lansing to certain zip codes. So as I continue going on this list, I want to let you know I'm not including every single zip code because every single area and pocket is different. So if you choose to live in the Lansing area, you'll find that you are in the center of everything. You could get to anywhere within about 20, 25 minutes, within a 30-mile radius. So you have interstates everywhere. I mean, even though it's at the worst, it still is a great location if you're looking to commute somewhere, if you're looking to be able to be close to maybe, different schools that might be outside the area. It is a great central location. Number two, which would be the second worst, right? But I'm ranking this. The second worst place is Waverly. Now, if you do your research, you will find out Waverly isn't a city. Troy, what are you talking about? Have you lost your mind? So this is where I said just earlier that I split the Lansing area. Waverly School District, in that area, there is a whole segment of homes that would definitely drive up the price in Lansing, but there's still a Lansing zip code of 48917. So I wanted to include Waverly area to kind of show to you, if you look to go towards the west side of town, this is how much it would be. And that average price point is $235,700 $235,779. So $235,779 is the second worst. That is quite a jump from the worst, by the way, like about an $80,000 jump. But Waverly does end up going to the second worst. But honestly, like when I see like what home prices were just a short while ago, it's amazing how much they have appreciated. And a way for you to see how much they've appreciated is, again, take a look at one of my videos that talks about appreciation from year to year. You're not gonna wanna miss that because it'll show you what areas just have gone up over time. So Waverly is located in the west side of town, close to like the main drag on the west side of town on Saginaw Highway that has a lot of shopping and entertainment. So again, a great place to be able to live. Has a lot of Delta Township, which is a video that I've done. It's very close to Horrocks, which is a great, amazing place. So even though it's the second worst, Waverly is a great place to live. All right, moving on. We're going to the third lowest, and that goes to Charlotte, which is spelled like Charlotte. Again, I haven't really talked about this for a while, but it looks like Charlotte, Michigan, but it's actually Charlotte, Michigan. It's located towards the southwest area of the greater Lansing area, about 20 to 25 minutes from the downtown area. And that average price point is at $238,907. $238,907. There are a lot of country properties in Charlotte, but there are a lot of neighborhoods in Charlotte. It's a decent sized city. It has some fast food places. It does have a nice downtown in Charlotte. It's not a place that I have yet featured on my videos, but maybe at some point I will. But Charlotte, I think it has a Walmart there as well. So it's a decent sized city. So Charlotte, third lowest. The fourth lowest goes to Perry, Michigan. Perry at $255,054. So we're starting to creep up ever so slightly. So Perry is located towards the eastern part of the greater Lansing area. It's actually the northeastern part in a county that is the most eastern county represented in the greater Lansing area, known as Shiawassee County. Perry is going to be kind of far out there. I mean, if you're looking to get to the center of Lansing, it's going to be a good 25 to 30 minute drive. But Perry also has some smaller neighborhoods, but a lot of properties out there in the country. They have their own school system as well. Moving on up. The next highest from the lowest, that's how I'm gonna say it, the next highest from the lowest goes to Eaton Rapids. Eaton Rapids. So Eaton Rapids is at $268,513 for their average price point. Eaton Rapids is located towards the southern, kind of central part of Lansing. They have a nice downtown, they have a river that goes through it, and they were at the top of my appreciation from year over year. So this price has gone up quite substantially year over year, because I feel like a lot of people are going to areas that might have less taxes and might have a lower price point. So Eaton Rapids, I feel, will continue to move up in their price point as time goes on. So it's from the fifth lowest, still not a bad spot, Eaton Rapids. Next highest goes to Holt at $272,702. So Holt is one of my top 5 suburbs that I've featured within the greater Lansing, Michigan area. It does have some shopping stuff. It has a Cineplex close to it. It has a roller skating rink. The taxes there, I feel, can be quite high as well, and I feel like they are starting to plateau on their home prices and what people are comfortable with. But Holt has one of the largest school systems within the greater Lansing, Michigan area as well. Okay, moving on up to the next highest. It's a little bit of a bump. Next is Portland. Next we go to Portland, Michigan at $292,082. $292,082. So a $20,000 jump. So Portland, again, is not a place that I feature, but it's a place that is kind of central between Lansing and Grand Rapids. Like if you're looking to maybe commute to Grand Rapids, it's not that long of a drive. It might be a little bit longer to get to Grand Rapids, but again, it has rivers that run through Portland as well. Some very nice neighborhoods, some properties out in the country as well. They don't really have a whole lot as far as stuff to do. They have Oliveira's there. It's a locally owned Italian place I've been to. I like that. They have fast food places. They have a supermarket, but not a ton there. You're gonna have to travel to Lansing to try to go to any of the restaurants and shopping. That's gonna be closest to you. Right, next one up on the list goes to St. John's. St. John's, Michigan, $295,050. So St. John's is actually the northern part of Lansing, and it's further north than DeWitt. So you got Lansing, then you got DeWitt that's about 10, 15 minutes north, and then another 10, 15 minutes north, you got St. John's. St. John's, they have an Applebee's, they have a Walmart, they have some basic fast food stuff. But again, if you're gonna try to travel for any shopping, it's going to be a little bit of a hike. It's gonna take you 25, 30 minutes. The thing that's kind of nice if you're looking to commute to Sparrow or downtown, it's just a straight shot down. Like, I mean, don't have to make a lot of turns, just straight down. So St. John's coming in at that spot. The next highest then ends up going to Laingsburg, Michigan. Laingsburg, another, again, some of these are smaller suburbs, but you're seeing, okay, you're a little further away from Lansing as a suburb, your prices might not be as high, right? So Laingsburg is located towards the eastern side, northeastern side, a little further west than Perry, so a little bit closer to the Lansing, Michigan area, but it's still gonna be about a 20 to 25 minute drive in Shiawassee County. There's 3 all sports lakes in Laingsburg. Very small downtown though, you don't have a lot there. You have a Subway, you have an ice cream shop, you have a ice cream shop, Dollar General, and you got a couple local places. Like one of my realtor friends has a place called Tank's Tavern, and it's a great locally owned place as well. So, but you're at Laingsburg, you're at $296,344 for Laingsburg. So inching just above St. John's, just above. Okay. So now I believe we're at our top 10 places. So coming in at number 10 right now, so we're going up to the best, right? We started with the worst, now we're going to the best. Coming in at number 10 is Mason, Michigan. Mason, I just recently featured for Pros and Cons vlog tour. Definitely want to check that out. Very historical downtown area. Has some nice historical homes, but also has some nice homes that are kind of spread out in the country. That came in at $296,699 for their average price point. So $296,699. And Mason has some basic fast food stuff, has some locally owned places, again, has that downtown as well. Coming in at number 9 is Dimondale. So Dimondale is a very small city that's kind of close to Holt, southern side of Lansing, and it has a river, goes through the city as well, a small quaint little downtown, but it's kind of like Laingsburg. There's not a lot in there. You don't really have a lot of restaurants. You have an ice cream shop in the downtown and a nice little diner. So that came in at $312,317. Now the thing that brings up Dimondale properties is if you have several river properties that come up that have riverfront access. So it's affordable as far as like the river frontage goes, you know, because you have water, you know, as one of your main things when you're moving to the area. That's definitely something that's going to make the price go up. But their taxes aren't nearly as high either. When you go to Dimondale, you do end up going to Holt schools as well, because Dimondale has their own elementary school, but then to middle school, high school, you'll start going to Holt schools. So that comes in at number 9. Number 8 is Williamston, coming in at $317,311. Williamston, I featured that on with a map tour, pros and cons as well. It's located towards the eastern side of Lansing, almost kind of central to Brighton, Michigan area. Not a very large town. It has a really nice downtown as well, but it doesn't have a lot for fast food. You're gonna have to travel over to Okemos to try to get some, take advantage of some of the restaurants that are over there. So that is coming in at, I don't think I said it, but maybe I didn't, $317,311 for Williamston, and that came in at number 8. Coming in at number 7 is Potterville, Michigan. Potterville at $324,095. So wow, Potterville made quite a jump. Potterville is about 10 or 15 minutes away from the center of Lansing because it has easy access to the bypass, which is 496, but it's very close to Delta Township as well. It has Country Mill. That is a very popular place for people to go to who enjoy apple picking as well. So yeah, coming in, that kind of surprises me that it came in at number 7 at $324,095. All they really have is a McDonald's, a pizza place, and Country Mill. So, but again, you're a little bit closer. You're not as far as Charlotte. Charlotte is a little further south on the highway. Coming in at number 6. Now we're starting to get to some more familiar places that you've heard. Coming in at number 6 is Grand Ledge. At $329,457 average price point. Now, here's the thing with Grand Ledge. Remember how I told you earlier, I split Lansing apart and I included Waverly in on that, okay? Grand Ledge has some parts of the same zip code as some of the Waverly ones do, so in order to separate it out effectively, what I did is I took the west side of town because it's different than the eastern part of town to be able to do this, because Lansing's not really included. You got, East Lansing, Lansing, and so the western part of town, I took the zip codes of the central part of Lansing as one. Then I went over a little bit further west, I took the Waverly School District, I took that. Then I went a little further west into Grand Ledge, because if you know the market in that area, there are several homes that are Lansing 48917, but are Grand Ledge schools. So what I ended up doing is I combined even like a little suburb like Eagle, which is Grand Ledge schools, and that's kind of included, and it's a very small area, and I didn't feature it in here. I was thinking about doing it, but I didn't. So Grand Ledge includes all the Grand Ledge schools, all the people who call Grand Ledge their school. So that's why it's at $329,457. Okay, great spot, up and coming area that has an amazing downtown. Also that has access to shopping and dining and entertainment within minutes on the western part of town on the main strip, West Saginaw Highway. Coming in at number 5. And number 5 is East Lansing. East Lansing, their average price point right now is $350,789. East Lansing, the home of Michigan State University, you probably heard much about it or a lot about it. And the thing that you have to realize is that there are people that live there that aren't just students. I mean, you have plenty of neighborhoods, older historical neighborhoods, you have some newer home builds within there. East Lansing has a great reputation for their school system. Check out niche.com. That's why I recommend everybody to do niche.com to be able to look at the different school systems if that's something that's important to you. So East Lansing is usually at the top within the greater Lansing, Michigan area. Coming in at number 4 is Haslett. Haslett, $353,117. For their average price point. $353,117 for Haslett. Haslett is a little bit northeast of East Lansing, and it's a place that has some spread out country properties, but also it does have several neighborhoods, some newer build neighborhoods that they have. And again, that average price point, $353,117. I mean, it is affordable, but I feel like that's going to continue to climb as they continue to get more new home builds. It's also very close to MSU if you're looking to commute there. Also has Lake Lansing there, so it has one of the all sports lakes that are a little bit closer by than what the Laingsburg lakes would be, which would be a little bit further away. Getting to the top 3. Third highest so far this year in 2025. We're almost halfway through the year, so that's why I'm putting these here now. Coming in number 3 is Bath, Michigan at $367,284. That's right, Bath, Michigan. So Bath, it's again not a place that I've necessarily talked about because it is a smaller suburb, but it's a little bit further east of DeWitt, and it has very easy highway access on I-69 if you're looking to maybe commute to Flint or Lansing, whichever. But it is further west than Haslett would be, or Laingsburg or Perry. So a little bit closer to the Lansing, Michigan area. Easy access to be able to get to Costco, because Haslett, I mentioned this earlier, but Haslett has Costco, and Bath, you can take this main road, Park Lake Road, and take it all the way down to Costco. They do have a nice little lake. It's not all sports, but called Park Lake, but they don't really have a whole lot in their city as far as really any fast food. You are kind of semi-close to a Meijer that's there, but that's kind of in Haslett's area as well. So Bath, what they are known for, they do have their own school system, but sadly, they are known for being the first school bombing. There's a museum about it as well at the school, but there hasn't been any sort of violence at that school since then. But it is something that Bath, Michigan was put on the map for. It's just not a very positive thing. Right, coming in at, got the top 2, folks. Coming at number 2 is my home city of DeWitt, Michigan. $407,991 to be able to live in DeWitt. So those of you who are watching my channel who might be luxury property people who you're looking for something higher end, I want to give you some perspective, and hopefully you've made it here towards the end, okay? So the average is we're taking all the homes that have sold for higher and all the homes that have sold for lower, and we're just kind of combining it together. So the higher up you get at some of these cities, that's where you're going to find your luxury properties, which would be Okemos, DeWitt, Bath, Haslett, East Lansing, Grand Ledge, even Williamston sometimes. Like if you're looking for luxury properties, that's where you're gonna wanna look. So the fact that the average price point in DeWitt is close to $408,000, it's crazy, but it has a really cute downtown, has good ratings of the school system on niche.com. So maybe a little biased to DeWitt because I really do like the community that's there. It's not a very large town, has some fast food stuff, but again, you're about 10 minutes away from, down 10 to 15 minutes depending on how you hit lights to the downtown area, or just within at least like 20 to 25 minutes from any place that you're looking to commute. Okay, coming in at number 1, and this won't come as a surprise to many of you. The top average price point in the greater Lansing, Michigan area is Okemos. However, it's not like it's way high up there. It's $410,726. So really only a few thousand more than DeWitt. Okemos is located towards the eastern part of Lansing, east of East Lansing as well. It's in a place called Meridian Township. Okemos has incredible school ratings. Sometimes on niche.com, they are known as the #1 school district in the state of Michigan. And they have a lot of neighborhoods and a lot of diversity within that area as well. On many of these top suburbs, I do have a lot of pros and cons and vlog tours, so definitely you want to check those out. But Okemos is #1 for average price point. I'm not saying that, hey, this is, in my opinion, this is the best place to live. I'm solely going on data here, folks. Any of these suburbs right here, if you got a good real estate agent to be able to help you out, that's gonna be key. They're gonna be able to tell you what to think about, what areas appreciate as well. So again, if you're looking to move here in 9 days, 90 days, or 9 months from now, reach out to me at any time. All my information is in that description below. And also, if you haven't already, please like this video. It tells me, hey, this is the type of content I should be making. Subscribe to my channel. It just helps to know like, hey, these people also liked it by subscribing as well. Or ring the bell so that you can be notified when a new episode of Lansing, Michigan Life goes live. I appreciate you watching this video. I did get this in under 30 minutes, folks, which is awesome. Did 19 areas. So lots to think about. And what I encourage you to do here at the end, check out my library. I have so much info for you to be able to check out any of these things more in depth. So until next time, everybody, take care.